Talk a little bit about what it's like for you when you get to come here to Philadelphia and you walk in here to Citizens Bank Park, and I would imagine you think to yourself, someday, right?
Yeah, definitely. Being able just to come here and be able to enjoy this with my family and just kind of think to myself, yeah, one day, because obviously that's something we're striving for to possibly be at. And it's something that's really, really humbling and something where I just kind of say to myself, all right, just one step at a time, and whenever it's time, it's time.
That must be hard. You're a competitive guy. Obviously, you don't get to where you are not being a competitive guy. But that patience, the game of baseball, it requires patience, and it requires it for a young guy like yourself who's kind of working his way through the system, right?
Yep, yeah, definitely patience. I mean, that's been kind of the key thing I feel like I've had to learn since coming into Pro Ball. I mean, just the game you play, it will test your patience and I've kind of realized, like, once you can learn to kind of just be where your 2 feet are and just be in the moment as much as you can, that's really the only way you can kind of get through this game for real.
When last you and I spoke, it was the day that you signed your contract with the Phillies, right before you started your pro career. And I remember thinking to myself, what a mature young man, a guy that really seems to have his head on his shoulders and is going to excel in that side of the game, because I think that's important too. Here you are 2 years later. You're the Paul Owens Award winner for the Phillies as the Player of the Year in their minor league system. A lot has happened. Tell me how you're different now, 2 years later, than you were maybe when you came aboard at 18.
Yeah, I definitely think just the mature factor has kind of been the biggest thing. I mean, just playing this game every day and just kind of forces you to, I'd say. And also just having a great support group. My mom, my dad, I mean, they've walked me through the whole way since I was younger, but also especially into my pro career. So just having a great support group and just kind of just being humble, constantly just having to remind myself to stay humble, because this game, it will definitely humble you. And just trying to just stay in the moment, like I said, and just always work hard and try to work fast.
All right, well, how are you a different ball player 2 years later?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of say I've always been the same ball player from ever since being the little kid growing up till now. I would just say if anything's changed, really, it's kind of just been the mature factor and kind of just growing in my body more. I mean, I feel like the biggest thing when I first got drafted was kind of gaining some weight, getting a little stronger, which that's kind of been something I've done every year, coming into the year, and just playing the game and just playing more games. I mean, I think the more at-bats you have, the more and more you get comfortable and kind of get used to it. And I think just the more and more at-bats I've had, the more and more comfortable I've been able to be in Pro Ball.
You've had a chance to do it at 4 different levels now, if you include the Florida League. Finished your season in Reading. For you, when you make that next jump, when you get to that next level, what's the process for you? Is there a thought process, a physical routine that you go through to kind of get yourself acclimated to where you are?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I kind of have my same routine that I've been doing since A-ball, since low A. And kind of, I feel like whenever you move up levels, nothing necessarily really changes. I mean, obviously the competition gets better and things like that, but it's still the game. The game's a game, and kind of just, I feel like that's helped me going out there with just that mindset of just controlling what I can control, which is like doing my routine, everything that I can do to help prepare me for the game. And then once you get out on that field, the game's a game. Like I said, you just go and play. And whatever happens, whatever happens.
Tell me a little bit about some influences. I mean, obviously your father is a huge influence for you in your career, as all of our fathers are in our careers, right? But what about other ball players or other coaches that you've come in contact with over the years? Anyone stick out to you that kind of shaped the kind of player you are?
Yeah, I think my hitting coach, Mike Easler, actually. He's been the greatest. I mean, he's helped me from all the way through high school up until this point now. And without him, I'm not who I am without him. And just I give all the credit in the world to him, actually, and just very thankful that he's been able to be throughout this just walk every step of the way through this journey with me. And, just someone that I'm always able to talk to and lean on. I call him pretty much after every game. Yeah. And just having him with me and knowing that he's got my back and always watching and supporting, it definitely has helped me throughout to this point.
I read an interview where, and I think it was a couple years ago, you were talking about how being compared to the kind of player your father was and how you thought that your games were similar but different. Can explain that to me. What do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I always, when I was younger, would try to play exactly like my dad, sure. And it never ended up working out. And then I always say now, as I've kind of just grown up and matured, our games came pretty similar, which is kind of funny. But I mean, I think our games, I mean, it's obviously our speed. We could put our speed is really helps us excel in this game and play great defense and good contact hitter. But I like to think he might not like this. I like to think I might have a little more juice in the bat a little bit. But I mean, all in all, though, we're pretty similar ball players, and I give all the credit in the world to him for helping me get to where I'm at now.
It's funny you say that. I was looking at your numbers, and the power numbers have crept up each year. And you talked about growing into your body and getting stronger. And I mean, hey, that's, again, from 18 to 20 is a big difference. From 20 to 22 in a young man's life is a big difference. Would you imagine that even more power is kind of hidden in there and maybe be unlocked soon?
Yeah, most definitely. I think, honestly, I'm kind of really just starting to scratch the surface with my power, honestly. And it's kind of just something where I'll continue to work at and continue to get better at it. And I think, who knows how many I could be able to hit one day.
I ask the guys up here all the time this question. I'll ask you. Better feeling, robbing a home run, pulling one back, or hitting one out? What do you think?
Oh, hitting one out.
Oh, yeah?
That's easy for me, man. I think hitting a home run is one of the best feelings you can have, in my opinion. But maybe it's because I don't hit too many of them. But I think for me, at least, hitting a home run for sure. Yeah, I'll always take a home run.
I love that. All right, talk to me about being named the Paul Owens Award winner. It's a prestigious award in this organization. The Pope was a great man, a great baseball man, and to win that award, to know that everything, all the hard work that you've put in over the last couple of years is recognized by the organization. Just put that in perspective.
Yeah, it means a lot. Something where obviously each year coming in trying to just work your tail off and just trying to get better every year, it definitely means a lot to just be recognized in the slightest, just to even be in a conversation for this award. It definitely means a lot, and something I'm really grateful and just humbly just to say that I was able to win this. It definitely means a lot, and it's something where it's like, don't want to just stop here. Obviously got a lot more to get better at and a lot more to strive and to try to do, so it's definitely a great feeling to have, but just know that we're still trying to get better and still trying to keep going.
How much fun is it to be part of an organization that is doing what they're doing here at the big league level? Because I can imagine being in your shoes and thinking I might be a part of that in the next couple of years. I mean, this place will be packed, come October. They're going for a World Series. Do you sit back and watch and think, okay, I'm going to be part of that?
Yeah, it makes me want to be like, come on, man, hurry up, let's go. But, yeah, I mean, being able to see just the way this crowd packs this house, man, and the great support they give, it's a lot of fun. And it definitely makes me be like, all right, man, let's keep the foot on the gas a little bit. Let's see where we can go. And I can't wait to possibly one day be able to play in front of all these guys.
And here's my promise to you. The next time you come to Philadelphia, it won't be raining. I know the 2 times it has so far, but it will not be raining the next time, I promise. We do have some nice weather up here.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I really hope so.
Justin, great to see you. Congratulations on all your success, and hope to see you more and more in the future.
Thank you.
All right, Justin Crawford joining us here. We'll take a quick break, but we'll have more to come on the Phillies Radio Network.